Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NBA edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with co-host Sebastian. We are back with another NBA episode. We got a double header tonight. I believe the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Detroit Pistons game is going on right now. Definitely make sure you tune in on Peacock later on tonight. What's the next double header, sir?
I'll tell you right now.
I know it's out west and I'm forgetting right now.
It's always, oh man, nowadays you just don't know what you're watching on. What is it? Oh, Nuggets versus Timberwolves. Yeah.
Right, and then you got the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, but no Anthony Edwards after he sustained the injury the other night against against it was last night. Who did they play last night?
Yo, I feel like teams are just playing too quick.
Nah, my fault, yo. We doing so much content. I did be forgetting some
Oh, the
episodes.
Pacers, the Pacers.
Right, they just played the Pacers last night, and
This
look,
is
it
the
went down.
Friday, bro. Damn.
Right, he just went down with a hamstring injury, so he's gonna be out at least for the next 2 weeks. That was reported. But speaking of him, right, the first topic that I did have was Anthony Edwards down with injury. We all seen the news with Luka Doncic, right? He has like a finger injury, also a leg, so he's supposed to be out a week. My question to you, both teams, I believe, off the 2-1 starts.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to ask you, which team's loss of their superstar will hurt them in the short term span of, the 1 to 2, max 3 weeks that both will be out?
Uh, I think more so the Lakers missing out on Luca because you already have Braun now. I know Austin Reeves just went off for fucking 51. Shout out to Austin Reeves too, just went fucking berserk. But yeah, I think Luka Doncic is just the superstar that you just need on a night in, night out basis to really carry a team like that. As well. On the Timberwolves side of things, though, I feel like they're more so a full rounded complete team. You still could get scoring duties from Randall as well as Dante DiVincenzo could go off. I think that they're not really missing anything like crazy in the meantime. But I just think the Lakers just are a better, well offensive team when Luka Doncic is around too. But yeah, for the Lakers side of things, though, it's like they'll get scoring though, or maybe this might be a blessing in disguise. Teammates starting to figure out their role a little bit more, getting their games comfortable, like a more comfortable, like getting used to a little bit more touches. So when they do get certain touches, they know what to do. Like a guy like that can benefit out this the most is DeAndre Ayton, and you seen it last night. I believe 22 and 10. It benefited.
No, so whoa. If you're gonna speak on him, right, make sure when he does things right, you get the numbers right. It's 22 and 15.
Even better. Congratulations. Even better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So
don't, but don't disrespect him not like that, bro.
bro, chill, bro. Like, let
No,
me.
I'm just no. I'm just
It's
saying
like, bro,
if you're
like,
gonna
uh,
speak, if you're gonna speak when he plays, what? Listen, I was the first one here the other day on open night when he played bad. When he plays well, can you get his numbers correct? That's the least you could do?
I got the points correct. Did I give a fuck
All
about if I
right,
get
bro.
rebounds off? Did
No,
I
no,
pace?
we don't want
I don't, I don't
we don't
care. I don't care.
we
The
don't
man's I don't
We
care.
don't
The
want
man
that
is
fifty
all
percent
that
shit.
matters.
Don't be mad because the Knicks lost to the Heat. I'm not on Miami Heat. Don't be mad at me. Like, I had nothing to do with that loss. I don't. What happened? Bam? You mad at Bam, nigga? What?
But we're
What?
talking
What?
about we're talking about the West.
My
We're not
fault. My fault. My fault. Go ahead. My
has
fault.
nothing to do with anything. But like I was saying, for I was really interrupted. Yeah. Fuck, I lost my train. Way to go. Way to
He
go.
choking smack.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so a lot of guys are gonna benefit from this, Luca and Brown being out. I don't know how long Luca's supposed to be out though. I don't know where this thumb injury came from. It's like 1 second, everybody just looks fine. You go from dropping 49 points on Friday night to a fucking thumb injury. When the fuck did that happen? You seen it?
Yeah, first of all, calm down.
I'm
And once
asking, did you
again,
see it?
he's about to be out for a week. The thumb's a little sore right now from shooting all those motherfucking jumpers that's going in. And it's also the leg. So it's not like it's just one. He's, the body right now is just cramping up a little because we dropping so many fucking points. Like, it just, so it's like, can you, we need a couple days real quick. When we were just playing. Season hasn't even started. So our season started about a month and a half ago. All right, so you feel me? We need a little bit of a feel me, like feel me. We about to use the icy hot real quick, and we about to let Austin Reeves cook. Feel me? Austin Reeves just had 51 the other night. Did you
22
see
free
it? Did you
throws.
see it?
22 free throws is insane, but
My boy
I,
was shooting from the logo, boy.
he was feeling good though. He definitely was feeling good. Nah, there was I think it was the third end of the third quarter. He just started bugging. Dennis Schroeder, man. I don't ever want to see you going to guard somebody again. That nigga just shot over him. Like he's not even like he did one move and it shot over him. Like it's like the nigga was a cone. Shit,
Listen, man.
bro. Damn. How you get
We
lit for
wasn't
51
we,
on a
we
Sunday?
wasn't gonna let the likes of Russell Westbrook beat us. Like,
You was
no.
feeling good too. Yo.
Nah, I wasn't impressed. Maybe I wasn't impressed. Cause you lost, nigga. You lost.
No, you're just a hater.
Nah, how am I hating for saying the facts that they lost? What am I hating on? They lost, nigga. Like what the fuck? You
Nah,
lost, you
even if
lost.
they won, you still would have hated.
Excuse me?
Even if they won, you still would have hated.
Here we go with the
Bro,
here
I
we go with the
just know
hypothetical
you,
episode.
bro.
So go ahead. I don't know about this. If this happened, like I know the facts
No, no,
that
no. I just know you. Certain niggas you hate regardless. It's
like,
just you.
I don't
It's
know
just
what you're
in
talking
you.
about. Casting all these aspersions on me right now. I'm disgusted with you, Seb. All right. I thought we see. Look, when Seb wants to start changing the subject, that's when it's on his
I'm
accord. But
not changing the subject. We actually should be talking about the Timberwolves side of things, though. How would they look?
I
Well,
don't think they're gonna look good. All right, yeah, I said it. Anthony Edwards is the heartbeat of this team. But I will say this: I hope maybe now we could try to see what we can get out of Rob Dillingham. I haven't really seen too much of him in the lineup. I feel like I seen Bones Highland more than I seen Rob Dillingham. But Julius Randle, he's gonna do his thing. Go Bears there. I just feel like taking away Ant is taking away just a much larger piece because now who do you play through?
Randall, McDaniels, some shit.
I, I just don't know. I feel like we just seen like we just haven't seen it yet, right? We can say at least with the Lakers, even though it's one game, right? That Austin Reeves is going to be that number one option. He's going to be able to score the ball in bunches. You still have Rui Hachimura there. Marcus Smart. That's how you play some better defense. All right. I don't want to see what I seen open night. You flopping all around the damn court, acting like a damn fool. Lock in. You feel me? DeAndre Ayton. I feel like we still got these pieces. Jaden McDaniels is he? So he's saying right now Julius Randle number one option.
Yeah.
Mm, I don't know in this West
I
right
like
now.
you, but feel me? Like
I don't know.
it doesn't sound appealing to the fans' eyes.
Who you want? Hold on, man. Ask you who would you want as your number one option if push came to shove? Austin Reeves or Julius Randle?
Austin Reeves, you could do more on the floor than Julius Randle.
Oh, I'm just asking. Okay.
But I did say that Austin Reeves is gonna have to be better, and then he just goes out and drop 51. He was saying how in the press conference, how he said, "Yeah, me and Luca be talking trash to each other too." Luca told him to go out and get 60. So shit, brother. If that's all it takes to spark a little fire, that's all you need. But yeah, on the Timberwolves side of things, though, Julius Randle as your first option is like he's done it in the past, being the first option on teams. So that's it's just a secondhand nature for him to just be it. Is it gonna look good? I can't tell you, but it's what comes with the territory.
Listen, I'll be interested to see how the Timberwolves fare in their next matchup and how this offense just looks. But what I said, I will really want to see what you can get out of Rob Dillingham. That's someone you drafted with your pick. And what was it, last year's draft?
Yeah,
Right. So I think we need to see what we can get out of that kid. So that's what I'll be looking to do in this stretch. And like I said, for the Lakers, Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, Do y'all think Rui Hachimura right now he's that third option? I'll say DeAndre Ayton is not your clear cut second option. Then you got Austin Reeves there, and now these shooters they got the Gabe Vincents of the world, the Jake Laravias, people like that. Just get try to get more and more comfortable. So once you get Luca back and once you get LeBron back, this team could just go on a run. I think once, like I said, since the beginning of the season, once this team is fully healthy, I think they can compete with any team in the West. I seen the Lakers just last season. Whenever they played Oklahoma City, they either won or it was a close game. Once Luca and LeBron was both on the roster, now I think you can add a DeAndre Ayton. That if he can just give you something, now I'm not expecting him to average 22 and 15 once Luca and LeBron is there. I just can't see him doing that because my problem with DeAndre Ayton is that sometimes on the defensive end, he's just not engaged. I don't know why. I'm not sure like what be going on in his head. It's just he's just not always there, and I feel like he can make much more of an impact. He's 7 foot. I just hate a 7 footer that just can't do more. If I was 7 foot and I was in the NBA, nigga, I would average like 7 blocks. Like I just cause I can't see how I'm not affecting the game more. So if somehow he can do that, I think the Lakers could really do something. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. Maybe he gotta get punched in the damn face like Jordan Poole. I don't know. But shout out to the Lakers, man. 2-1, baby. Like
Uh,
but
before we
go
go, the title that I had for this episode was "Is the best? Is this the best start we've seen to a season, NBA season thus far?" I just wanted to know your point on that.
I can't even answer that question. Like I would really have to see that's a question you gotta prepare. I can't say if that is the best start. I mean, players are off to a hot start. I feel like
Yeah,
everyone is
opening week.
it,
I couldn't remember the last time. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I would to give you a real answer, I'd really have to sit and think. I can't just think off the top of my head. I feel like opening nights are always great. Teams are, everyone's fresh. Everyone feels like they can go 82 and 0. I think this season, I think we're seeing these young stars show that, just to these old heads that we're here now and y'all gotta go retire and our old heads is saying like, now we're still here, right? Kevin Durant still doing his thing. Stephen Curry still doing his thing. I know once LeBron comes back, he's he's gonna be ready to go, right? You still got those Clippers over there that they feel like they can do something, right? And then you got the young dudes, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who for the first time in history, two double overtime games to start their season. They're showing that they're still here, right? You had teams like Minnesota, you got teams like Denver, right? You have the San Antonio Spurs who just have looked like the best team, period. Right. So I just think it's been very interesting to start. You can't really tell who is the best team. You got the fucking Chicago Bulls off to a 2-0 start. Right.
Yeah,
So I just think every team right now feels like they can do something. And that's just what we're seeing now as the months go by. Like some of these teams are gonna flop like a fish out of fucking water. Like but as of right now, yeah, it's a great start to the season.
yeah, I was thinking the same too, because I'm not expecting, people don't usually just drop 50, this early in the season. You might have maybe one player that does it, another player might fall up 40, but I'm looking at, you got Wemby over here dropping 40. Cam Thomas just had 40 last night. Is this a norm thing now? Like, I'm confused. Aaron Gordon just went fucking 11 for like fucking 13 from 3-point line the other night, too, to open up. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at this nigga Wemby get 2 blocks, come down, shoot a half court, a logo three, like it's nothing, bro. Like, I don't know what's in the water. I'm watching Luka Doncic act like it's just him out there. The game against the Timberwolves, he's just acting like it's him out there. Like nobody's not been. Could have had 50, 1 point shy. Act like
You
it's
see how he outplayed Ant, right?
all
Yeah,
right now. All
no,
right now.
I'm just saying he did.
All
Like,
right now. Not too much on this year's MVP.
yeah, you can keep trying to force feed that, but through week one, he's not the MVP. You could try to lie to the public.
I don't know how much weeks there are in the NBA season, but we'll find out. But yeah, what else? Who else been hooping? LaMelo Ball just had 37, 13, and 13. I'm looking at it. What the fuck is going on? This is good for the league, though. You know, a lot of competition, a lot of parity, a lot of players just showing out, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I could remember like a hot start. We're not just just a couple of players. Like, majority players around the league are hooping right now too, and this is good, especially for now the whole TV deals that we get for the NBCs, the Peacocks, what else, the Prime TV. This is good for the
Well,
league.
I feel like in all actuality, right, and I just seen an alert, right, that WWE is coming on soon, and it just kind of makes sense what I'm about to say. I feel like we just entered into a new era of the NBA.
True.
I feel like the old era, right? And I think it just started when Oklahoma City and the Thunder just had this finals in the Oklahoma City Thunder became our NBA champions. We are officially in the new era of the NBA, right? You already see the new media taking over, right? Shout out to the Doris Burks of the world, right? The Mark Jacksons, the Jeff Van Gundys, a lot of these people that we used to hear commentating, right? A lot of them have moved on to different things now, right? Everything is updating, everything is new. I feel with this new deal, and we're just in the new NBA right now. The 40 points is the new 30 points. These young dudes is ready. The league is going to continue to get more and more talented. I just seen Kion Anthony just have his debut the other night, right? He's about to come into the league soon and just do more things. I just think the NBA is in great hands right now, and you got people still hurt, right? You got Tyrese Halliburton hurt right now. You got Jason Tatum hurt right now. Dejounte Murray is still out, right? So you got those are three people right there that's not even playing for their respective teams, right? Zion Williamson is healthy, right? Joel Embiid had somewhat of a bounce back game, right? The Philadelphia and their young backcourt. So I just feel each team has at least one promising prospect, and all teams, like I said, just feel like they can compete right now.
The best time of the year when every team feel like they got a chance, man. Every team feel like they got a chance, man. No matter if you're 2-1, 1-2, 0-3, you still got another game,
Right, I
man.
feel like I feel like the Pacers are 0-3, but they haven't looked bad.
Yeah, you just ran into some tough competition.
Right. So I don't think no like what team right now is a cakewalk.
I just went quiet because I don't know.
Yeah, like there's just no I think we're at a point. Is there really a bad team?
Well, it's still early though, but give it like 2 or 3 months, then we're gonna see which team is really bad and which team is not.
Right.
But
Even look at
today,
a team
I
like
agree.
Washington, right? You seeing their young prospects, look well, and CJ McCollum just came back the other night, right? And they're giving teams a run for their money. You talked about the Charlotte Hornets, Colin Knippel, all the men's nipples, right? They like he looks good, right? My fault. I don't know his name. Is it
Continental.
Oh,
And
my fault. My fault. My fault. But the Charlotte Hornets is doing their thing. I just feel there's no more of a punching back team anymore, right? You seen Anthony Edwards just say the other day, the Trailblazers ain't no team that you can just have an easy game again, right? So I just feel like every game you're gonna watch, it should be somewhat competitive. I don't think there's no team tanking right now. Now, like you said, can things change for sure? But as of right now, every team is trying to give it, the best shot.
I could see that, man. I definitely could see that.
Right, but right now, as we, just are about to enter week two of the season, which team do you think right now just looks the best to you?
Right now, the team that looks the best to me, Golden State Warriors. I think they're just a team that just age is just a number for them too, because the way they're playing is inspiring basketball. I think everybody gets a piece of the pie. I think everybody's just fully involved in the offense. Steph looking like he could do this for like maybe 3 or 4 more seasons. I like what I've seen thus far. I really do. Uh, I'm looking at it as if like you have a chance to really put yourself in a good position in the Western Conference. So I would have to go with them right now.
Um, for me, and I feel like we gotta keep talking about them. It's just as plain as day. I feel like the San Antonio Spurs, right? Just the best record right now at 3-0. Victor Wembanyama, man, we could just talk about him every day. He's just I mean, he's the best player in the league right now. I mean, shout out, and that's hard for me to say, right? Because Luka Doncic, I feel we can have that debate, but if we're talking about both ends of the floor, right? Victor Wembanyama is just doing everything. He just almost had a game the other day or triple double with block shots. It's just tough to go against him on that Spurs team. The young guns over there, they look great. We seen Dylan Harper just the other night. He just had a great game. I feel like they're feeding off the energy of Victor. They like to get up and down the floor. This is why I said the other week when we was talking about the biggest threat to Oklahoma City. I feel it has to be San Antonio. Um, I just don't feel they really got too many holes to their team as of right now. I'll be
Yeah. Nah, we good.
y'all can hear me.
Yeah, you good. You
Yeah.
good. You good.
I was about to say once Darren Fox comes back, they're gonna be, look even better. So I think San Antonio right now just is the best team in the NBA.
Woo. A lot of people. What the fuck? What's up with you, Just? You here with us?
Tweaking out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. Just make sure you're here with us.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear
I'm gonna
me?
leave and come back.
Yeah, see, this is what happens when you're connected to fucking Boost Wi-Fi or some shit like that. What else you can? Fred Warner Wi-Fi, some shit, man. You got shit like this happening, man. But just to piggyback off where Justin left off as, a lot of teams right now giving every team in the league a run for their money. Justo's back. Talk to us.
You can hear me?
Yeah, talk to us.
Yeah, no, I was just saying once Darren Fox comes back, it's just gonna add another element to the team, and I feel they're gonna play at an even faster pace. He's gonna get even more, easier looks for Victor and this team, man. I just think they're primed to make a run this year.
I definitely, I definitely agree to that. I think more so just the fact that when we see he's healthy, this is a team that you just not gonna want to see because you're gonna have to game plan for that motherfucker. You can't really game plan for somebody that's 7'5" and that has skills.
No, yeah, there's nothing that you could really do. Like I said, it's like if Yao Ming and Kevin Durant, right? I said Yao Ming and Hakeem Olajuwon, and you threw in the Kevin Durant. Yeah, so it's just crazy what we're seeing, and I'm glad I'm here to see it. It's fun to watch, and shout out to San Antonio. But also shout out to Golden State. I do think they look great as well. Just that piece of Jimmy Butler, I feel, has given Stephen Curry just a second life just to this team. And I feel if the others can just, do their thing, talk about the Jonathan Kamingas of the world, the Pajenskis, the Gary Paytons, the Buddy Hields, I think they're definitely a dangerous team as well. But to speak on, another team that on the other side of things is struggling, that is the Boston Celtics, right? They're off to a 0-3 start. We already know the type of injuries that they had. Not injuries, but well, Jason Tatum, but them losing a lot of the pieces that they had, a part of this championship run. And it's what they had over the last couple years they don't have, right? You still have Jalen Brown and Peyton Pritchard and Derek White, but everyone else after that just seems like a supplementary piece. I know Joe Mazzulla is probably losing his fucking mind, probably about to jump off a bridge, just knowing how much he loves the game and wants to put this team in position to succeed. But what do you think is just the major factor on why the Boston Celtics are just off to just a winless start?
Um, a lot of reasons. The main reason being that you just don't have your key components that you had from last year. You got to think about it. You just went from a starting lineup that involved Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Christoph Porzingis with Al Horford off the bench, and you lose all that. You lose Al Horford, Porzingis, Drew Holiday. You're bound to struggle too, especially if you don't bring in no big acquisition or nothing like that. You bring in small time pieces. You don't have a real center for them. You have a backup center that you had that was like the third string center in the Queta kid. But is that enough to get done in this league too? That's one. Another thing is too, a lot of times people don't appreciate what you have until you don't see it out there on the floor. And Jason Tatum, when a lot of times when people would shit on Jason Tatum's name in the media saying, "Oh, is he a real like 1A guy? Is he a really go-to guy?" You see that what you see the productivity that Jason Tatum had, and now that is not there. It kind of looks weird. Like, feel me? Jason Tatum was one of those guys that could create his own shot on any given night, can go for 30 on any given night, can space the floor, can get others involved like that. It's not the same. Like, feel me? Don't get me wrong. Jaylen Brown's still a good player. Like, he still have an NBA player, all star, all types of shit. I'm not trying to shit on his name though, but feel me, it's a difference in their games. And Jaylen Brown's game is more so attacking mismatches and getting a good bucket when needed to and driving transition. Jaylen Brown hasn't been the facilitator. Jaylen Brown's not a good passer like that or nothing like that. It's not. It's never been his game to because he had others around him that could really just mirror, shadow his game for what it really is. So I'm looking at it like that. And the third thing too is it's an adjustment period. I'm not gonna shit on the Celtics just yet, though. 0-3, like you said, you could be 0-3 and not look bad, though. It's an adjustment period. You got all these brand new faces. You don't really have a real identity for what this team is. You just have three returning pieces that you tell them to go out there and just fill in the void of what we're missing last year. Like if you're telling me Payne Pritchard has to start now and give more productivity than he used to be as a six man, it's a different limelight. Feel me? He doesn't have a guy like Jason Tatum to cover him up. You don't have a guy like Drew Holiday to cover him up defensively. Feel me? He's going to be asked to do a little bit more. Derek White, he's going to ask to do more guard play. You're going to have to, pass a little bit more, get others more involved. He didn't have to really necessarily do all that because the Celtics had a 5-out offense to where everybody get a piece of the pie. There's a whole bunch of new faces. Anthony Simon still hasn't got acclimated yet. He don't really know what his role is fully yet. He just knows he's just going out there and just has to play a more of a bigger role than he did in Portland. So it's a lot that goes on within Boston right now. I don't expect them to be down and out for too long though. Eventually they're gonna get it going, gonna understand who's better at what. But for right now, it's just a big adjustment time for Boston Celtics fans. I know they're not used to seeing their team go on 3 to begin the season. They're used to seeing them handle teams. They're running up against teams that just have full blown chemistry with each other. Like in the first game, they had the Sixers. That's a team that for the most part, most of their key components has been around for like the past 2 or 3 years now. You go against the New York Knicks on Friday. That's a team that's just noted that knows their team now and that's kept together. Then you go against the fucking Pistons. Same thing for them. They kept their core. You're just a team now that you don't have your core. You don't have your main best player. So it's gonna look shit at first though, but eventually, gradually, a long time, they're gonna build some type of momentum. I don't think Joe Mazzulla is gonna just take this like for what it is and to say, "Oh, this is a throwaway season." No, he's not gonna do that, and I don't expect the Boston Celtics with that type of organization to do the same either. So for the most part, is right now 0-3. I mean, that's not how you projected to start the season. That's not how you wanted to start it. But you're here now. You can only get better from here. So that's how I look at it as though.
Yeah, the Boston Celtics, I feel, gotta find their identity, right? What type of team are they gonna be? Are they gonna be a defensive team? Are they gonna be a team to where they're just gonna get up a lot of threes? Are they gonna be a team predicated on ball movement? I don't feel they really know how they want to play right now. I feel like Joe Mazzulla is just trying to use different lineups and see who can play with who. Jalen Brown has to continue just to know that he is number one guy and things is gonna start and end with him. If they continue to fail, they're gonna point the finger at him. So I hope he knows what his role is on and off the court. I hope that he's locked in and is trying to have this team locked in. Derek White gotta just start shooting the ball a little bit better. I don't think he's off to the best to start just shooting the three ball. That's something that he does at a great rate. I think he has to get back to that. And Payne Pritchard, as much as he can do offensively, he's a very small guard and not the best defensively. And when you're asking him now to play a lot of these high minutes, that's something that's going to become a lot more glaring. So, someone like Anthony Simons, to your point, he wants to know what's his role on the team. Is he a starter? Is he someone that's gonna come off the bench, right? Are you gonna put him in that Lou Williams type of role? So once Joe Mazzulla, I think maybe after a month, you might see what this Boston Celtics what you could really do with this roster. But as of right now, they're just gonna have to keep trying to figure things out. But the last thing we got to get into, there's a lot of games going on tonight. Already some games going on right now. What is your Monday night matchup that you have your eyes locked in on the most?
Monday night matchup that I have my eyes locked in on the most will have to be the OKC Thunder versus the Dallas Mavericks. I want to see how well this team pans out against the OKC Thunder. Just last night, just watching Cooper Flag. He was doing his thing last night. Just really got just like acclimated to the game. I'm watching him play against the Toronto Raptors, and I'm looking. I'm just like, it fits right in. Like it didn't look like it looked like he knew what he was doing out there. Didn't really have confusion. Knew when to pass the ball. Knew when to hit some timely threes. Attack the basket with intensity. I liked everything I seen out of Cooper Flag last night too. I just want to see how well he shapes up against the NBA champions. They all had a good game last night. Anthony Davis too as well. It was a whole collective team effort. I want to see where this Dallas Maverick team starts to pick up, and this is going to be a tough challenge for them in playing Shea Gilgis, who just been on this tear on this league thus far. Chet Holmgren has not looked like a slouch thus far. AJ Mitchell, somebody who's a second year player right now, is starting to get into a groove of things too. It's going to be a good matchup too, because time and time, usually see OKC Thunder, they sort of struggle against Dallas. Dating back to the Luca era, I know prior to past the Luca era, they did drop a game with Luca post trade. So I'm waiting to see, man. I'm waiting to see. I feel like this is gonna be one of the better games on a hectic Monday night schedule. There's games all over the place right now. We've got a couple games starting right now though. But I think that's gonna be the game that we're gonna be most attention to watch.
Yeah, as much as I'm biased and I want to see this Lakers game tonight to see, how can this team function without Luka for now for the second game in a row, and it wasn't just full goal. That first game. How does Austin Reeves continue to build off that DeAndre A and just the rest of this roster? But Cleveland, Detroit, two teams in the Eastern Conference that feel at full strength could try to make a run this year, right? Cleveland still with no Darius Garland, I believe, still with no Max Strus or DeAndre Hunter. Once they get healthy, I feel like they're a team that's gonna feel like they could possibly win it all this season, or at least just get to an NBA Finals, right? That would be the first time in Donovan Mitchell's career. I know that's something that he feels that he needs to get done. And the Detroit Pistons, right on the other side of the basketball, a team that I felt can make a very, very deep run this year and could give a team like the New York Knicks, who everyone I feel is favored to come out the East, a run for their money. Kate Cunningham, how can he continue to, just to get better, right? You lost Malik Beasley and you lost Tim Hardaway Jr. this season. I feel those were two vital pieces of your team, right? Malik Beasley, I'm pretty sure it led the league in just 3-point makes last season. So you lose somebody like that. I think that definitely does hurt. Um, but you still have the Jalen Durans of the world. You still have the Tobias Harrises of the world. So I'm just waiting to see who's gonna take that next leap, right? Like I said, you lose two people like that. You also don't have Jaden Ivey. Who's gonna be that person that's gonna show I can compete and that I'm here? So I'm just interested to see that matchup, and I want to see how Detroit can just go up against one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference.
I was thinking, shoot. I think right now it might be too early, but I think Detroit take a step back. I think just losing Tim Hardaway and Malik Beasley, two guys that not necessarily is just gonna wow you on paper and like that. But I think they just brought the vet experience to this team. Though I don't think that they should have moved on necessarily from them. Maybe they wasn't gonna sign for as much money though. But I thought those two veterans made those team too. I don't know if it's too late for Malik Beasley to re-sign or to sign a different contract with Detroit, but I'm looking at it. They just don't look the same right now. Uh I'm not gonna just jump on just say, oh, they're not gonna do this, they're not gonna do that, because the season's still relatively early though. But I do feel like those two really brought the energy. They brought it like their veteran experience. Malik Beasley was just hyping up. They really faced space the floor for them. Now I'm looking at the lineup to where Cade, who am I missing? Karis LeVert, Asar Thompson, Jalen Duren, and Tobias Harris. It's not really the floor spacing that I seen last time. I don't think Kate Cunningham has the luxury of operating how he does in an open court without those guys too. So I'm
But
gonna
that's why they signed a Duncan Robinson. That's someone that is just gonna have to get used to playing just in a new system. But somebody we already seen that can get hot at any single moment. I can't go like this because Malik Beasley before coming to this team was up and down. And then when he got to Detroit, had one of his better seasons. So through a 3 game sample size, they're 2-1. They have the same exact record as your New York Knicks. So I can't really say of how bad they truly are. I think they'll continue to get better. They're still a young team, and I think Duncan Robinson just could really be an X factor. Talk about that floor spacing. That's really what he does. He got paid, I think, like a 2 year like 20 to 30 million dollar deal, if I'm not mistaken. So he needs to just shoot that basketball. It's early, and he's a streaky shooter. He's either cold or he's hot. But Cage is gonna have to just do more, and that's what he gets paid the big bucks. He's a 6'5" guard. I know what he can do, and if they can just play great on the defensive end, they're gonna store it down low and still keep that intensity. I think this team will be fine. I'm not too worried about Detroit.
free bees. Free Malik Beasley, man. But since you got spare time, man, you could always join the pod, man. More than welcome to.
Shout out Malik Beasley. But that's gonna do it for this episode of It's Debatable NBA edition. Go out there and watch those games, man. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms at It's Debatable. Double underscore follow me at Justin Jones on Facebook for details and development on the platform. We out.
Peace.